Welcome back, everyone, and I'm here again with Jeff Grant, SBR contributor, and today we're going to be looking at that Cincinnati Reds against the St. Louis Cardinals. But first off, how you doing this morning, Jeff?
Doing great, Dax. In looking at this series, one team just absolutely dominates the other, and I expect that to continue on Tuesday night.
No doubt. And the Reds, well, they've lost 3 in a row despite holding a late lead in each of those games. Now, why do you think that they tend to struggle in the later innings?
You know, I think they've had a problem the entire season in terms of juggling the back end of the bullpen, and that's really had an effect. Of course, they missed out on having closer Aroldis Chapman at the beginning of the season. The bullpen kind of came together in the middle portion with Chapman really proving his dominance, but he's struggling right now with an achy left shoulder. He depends on, of course, that 100 to 104 mile per hour fastball, and the bullpen is really leaky right now, and that really doesn't lead to many victories when the fact that the Reds have played a lot of one-run games and have the most one-run losses in Major League Baseball.
All right, man. As for St. Louis, they're going to be playing 29 of their last 38 games against members of the NL Central. Now, could this give them a chance to chase down the Brewers?
Absolutely. This clubhouse is ready. This is when the Cardinals are at their best, especially against National League Central opponents. Is the front office. I worked for the Cardinals a little less than a decade ago, and what they do is they build their team around who they play most. And, of course, when you're in any sport, you play your division members the most, and they've built their squad to beat the Reds. They're 18-1-1 in their last 20 home series against the Reds, so I expect that success to continue here and potentially chase down the Milwaukee Brewers.
All right, man. And now, Cincy, they're going to be calling up on Alfredo Simon. You know, he's gone 0-5 with a huge 5.46 ERA in his last 6 trips to the mound since the All-Star break. I mean, shouldn't they be considering that it's time for him to move back to the bullpen?
They should, but they're not going to. What I'm reading out of Cincinnati is their first-year manager wants Simon to prove that he's ready to be a starter. And what that means, he wants from game 1 to game 162 for Simon to be consistent. That's rather tough when you're known as a reliever for most of your career and then making that big step for the first time. So I'm expecting the right-hander to continue struggling, and this just is not a very good spot to back the Reds.
Definitely. That's no good spot to back anybody, I would guess. But anyways, you have to recommend somebody in this game. Is it going to be a total player? Is it going to be a line game? What are we going to see in this one?
I'm going to go with the Cardinals. John Lackey has done his best work since coming over from the American League to National League, pitching at Busch Stadium, and I expect that success to continue. He has plenty of confidence knowing that the other pitcher is really struggling in the other dugout, so I'm expecting the Cardinals to continue their dominance over the Reds.
All right, definitely some good stuff here, Jeff. Thank you once again for your valuable insights, and can't wait to talk to you again tomorrow.
Thank you.
And for SportsbookReview.com, this is Dax Floyd.